Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Ladies and gentlemen, God's in conversation, baby.
Yeah.
Back, baby.
Episode what, y'all?
Episode 15.
15, man.
15.
15 on
baby.
the head. Yes, sir. Man, 15 episodes so far, y'all. Counting this one.
Consistency,
Man, we doing it. We doing the damn thing, man. We doing the damn thing, and continuing to learn and adding to. So, man, I'm excited about this episode. Let's see. Who knows what we're gonna talk about? Who knows what it's gonna be like? Y'all.
So, I mean,
enjoy the
I
ride.
guess I'll kick it off, yeah. So, the other day I was on YouTube. I forgot what I was watching the other day. But they were having a conversation about fate versus free will. And this got me to think, well, I know my opinion. I know how I feel about it. But it had me thinking, what do you guys think about fate versus free will? Y'all do know what fate is, right?
You tell us what you said you've seen it on YouTube?
I seen it. No, it was a conversation that somebody was having in their podcast. It could have been Joe Budden. It could have been something else. I'm not sure what I was watching. But in that conversation, they started talking about fate versus free will. And fate is just like where people believe that they're predetermined to end up in a certain place in life. Like no matter what, they're going to end up in this place versus free will, where you have the free will to do what you want to end up where you want on this earth. So what do y'all think? How do y'all...
you ain't about to put it on us. You ain't about to put it on us. Hell no. How did you come out of that?
I can tell y'all my opinion. Mine's go deep.
Tell us about it. How did you come out of that that conversation feeling and thinking?
Well, I already had an opinion going in, but I believe both are... I believe both are true. I believe that fate and I believe that free will. I believe that everybody has free will. And with free will, I also believe that you have the choice to become what you want. You just have to make that determination and go toward it. So you're predetermined to be whatever you want, but at the same time, you can be whatever you want. So it's free will and fate, if that makes sense. I feel like they're combined. Both can exist at one time.
No, for sure. I definitely believe that they bring, well, their relationship is a duality. So I definitely believe there's a balance between both of them. They both exist. No, I agree. Sure.
I definitely agree with you guys. Like, I would just word it different. What you choose to do with your free will is your fate. That's my outlook on it. It's like, one hand washes the other. You know what I'm saying? What you choose to do with your thoughts and your mind and your actions is what you turn out to pretty much be. So, yeah, I'm gonna just say that they do go hand in hand.
So nobody here is of the opinion that it could be your fate to be something, even if you don't want to be that something. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, we all have we've all had conversations on this, and it even wraps up in the the title of the podcast, God's in Conversation. I believe that we all are given the power, the knowledge to be gods, and it's up to us to to use the free will that we have to unlock that and to use it and to hold ourselves accountable. But I feel like a lot of times people will lean more on faith or fate, and use that as a crutch to for the reason why they're not controlling and utilizing that free will more than instead of having it balanced, they use that as a crutch. Like, oh no, I'm fucked up, so I gotta no, I can't use
Right.
that. You feel me? So I could definitely see that occurring, um, in this world as we live throughout this journey of being humans. Um, so I can see, yeah, I mean, there's always different perspectives we can play on that for sure.
No, there's a lot of people go to the maybe this isn't meant for me type of mindset, and I'm never like, I don't believe that. I believe that anything that you put your mind to is meant for you. So yeah. But what you think, Tone? Like, what's your opinion?
Yo, listen, man. Like, as a man thinker, so is he. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like the top of what you just said, Tom. It's like maybe this isn't for me, or whatever the case may be. Like, that's just like, what we do as humans is we label things in our head. Sometimes it motivate us, sometimes just make us stop doing shit. So, it's all depends and varies on like the mind, the situation, the person. There's so many variances, but they go hand in hand, and free will overpowers your fate. I mean, the only real fate that we have is that we're all gonna die. We're not immortal. Our
True,
vessels will
true.
go. So that's the real fate. That we were born, and that someday we will leave Earth. That's the real fate.
In this present form, for sure.
And everything you do in between that is your free will, and that's the power you have.
Indeed, indeed.
I agree. Well, I got more questions, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass it around to Thomas, let you do some talking, let you hit the topic you want to hit. But we
All
can
right.
come back to me, if we need more time.
Got
If
you,
we need
got
more
you.
time, come back around.
Got you. All right, well, as I stated last time, I want to laugh more. You know what I'm saying? I be looking a little too serious in them videos. So we gonna kick it off. Not this time we're gonna focus on songs. Last episode, we focused on childhood cartoons, TV shows, growing up, and things of that sort. Something a little more nostalgic. So with the songs, I kind of broke it down into 4 different categories. The earliest song that you probably heard or remembered hearing, or just your favorite, when you were super young. And then I broke it down into, early teenagers, probably like right before high school, and then high school, and then adulthood. We don't have to hit all of them, but I feel like the first couple ones is always going to be the best subject matter. So with that being said, gentlemen, what was the earliest song that you remember hearing, or your favorite song as a child?
I got two. I got DMX Party Up.
Oh yeah.
You got to. And it was a song called Low Income by Wyclef.
Word.
How did it go? Thank God it's Friday. Cover me. She about to pull up her skirt. Thank God. You gonna find it.
I got you. Nah, straight
Well, my
up.
dad used to be playing that shit so loud through the house, and I used to love it.
Word. So that was the influencer. It was your dad. He was playing both songs.
Well, my dad was a DJ.
Oh,
so
word.
he played. Yeah, my dad was a DJ, so he played like all type of music, all fucking everywhere, every day type shit. But certain music resonated with me more, or certain music I like more as a kid. And you can't, not like DMX. There's no way that you can not like DMX.
Had to be the best childhood. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was so he was playing music all the time. Like, that was just y'all had
he had a band at one point too. He was the lead singer.
Y'all had they woke up to music, went to sleep to music, eating dinner to music. He's like, hold on, I got the perfect song for this. You just making your own movie and shit. No, straight up. Yeah, that shit hard as hell. You said what was Wycliffe?
Wyclef Jean, low income.
Low income. Nah, that's sweet shit. What did you not ever want to get into music?
I wanted to rap at one point, but that's every black kid's child dream thing.
Yeah.
I outgrew that shit, and then
Word.
I felt like rap is not for me. That whole shit is just not for me. So.
No, I feel it. This was on next. It says it was on next Friday. I do not remember. We gonna play it, and I have to make sure I take this out. Y'all won't hear it, but I'll put it in there. Then y'all can go back and listen to it. Let's see what we listening to. Nah, that's interesting. That's sweet. So wow. So did you ever go to any of his concerts and?
Yeah, I mean, he did parties. He did cabaret. Yeah, I've been to. Yeah.
Word. Oh no, that's sweet as fuck. Does he still do it?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, word.
He a mechanic, and he a diesel mechanic, and on the side he a DJ, and that's what he's been doing all his fucking life.
Yeah. Oh man, that's sweet. That's sweet.
We don't own no copyrights to them anyway.
Not at all.
Not at all.
We don't want them problems at all. They monetize it before we even monetize. They gonna be like, yeah, y'all got a couple of strikes y'all gotta get past.
Right.
Y'all just held them? Like, shit, we ain't even monetize it.
Funny, my son got a fucking copyright strike the other day.
Oh, what did he?
Yeah, for I don't know, he played some game called I forgot the name of the game, but it's like a rhythm game, and he just plays his little rhythm game or whatnot, and I guess he uploaded a video on YouTube. But I don't know. I don't know how you get a copyright, but I received the email. I knew it was a copyright strike shit.
Oh, they petty.
I told him. He was like, yeah, I know. I was like, okay, as long as you know.
Nah, straight up word. Yeah, we don't want to mess with that. So those two were your earliest songs that you remember, or just your two favorite songs as a child?
I think Wyclef. I think that one is definitely one of the earlier ones that I remember. Also, Eminem, the Real Slim Shady, like that whole shit as a child though. But
straight up.
But I think DMX Party Up was just my favorite as a child. Y'all gonna make him lose his mind.
Yeah. Straight up. How did that make you? What was you doing? Was you performing it? Was you
performing like DMX? All the words. You can play that whole album for real.
Nah, straight up.
For real, I knew all the words.
Oh, word. Now, did you have the explicit version, or did you have the edited version?
That was the time during LimeWire. That was LimeWire days. We downloaded everything.
Nah, straight
LimeWire and this shit.
Yep.
Oh yeah, straight up. Nah, straight up. Yeah, we never did none of that pirated.
No, we never did none of that.
We never did none of that. We heard people talking about it and doing it, but nah, for sure. Okay, cool. When tell us about what was the songs, or who was the art? Well, that's artists or songs that you was listening to, as you were getting older, like say you're your teens.
Oh, see, for the rest four, it's just Lil Wayne. It's just Wayne. Really, it's just Wayne, but you could add Jeezy in there because Jeezy. Jeezy, I had my time with Jeezy too. Snowman, man. Wayne, Jeezy. Really, that was. I mean, some Kanye, some. I mean, really, that was it. It was just Wayne, Jeezy, Kanye. There was a who did Swagger Like Us? Jay-Z. Everybody on that song was who I fuck with growing up.
Nah, straight
up. Mainly Wayne.
Wayne. Yep. I knew that. Shit, and that was into the adulthood phase as well, right? Yep.
And then Drake became a thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right
Yep.
after him. What's your favorite Lil Wayne track, bro?
I can't tell you my favorite Lil Wayne track for real.
What? What's your favorite line?
He got so many, but the one that I be finding myself listening to a lot is Clap 'em on his last. It's on Funeral, and it's called Clap 'em. I be finding myself like anytime that I play that Funeral album while I'm in the shower, and then anytime they come on, I'll be like, oh shit, I love that song.
Nah, straight up. Okay. Straight up, shit. I love Lil Wayne, man. Shit. During high
like
school,
how lyrical he get.
Oh yeah, during high school, that's all it was Lil Wayne. Tone, what about you, man? What was the earliest song that you remember, your favorite song as a child, man, that you was playing or just listening to?
I got a whisper for my son halfway out, but shit, like, boy, so I didn't give a fuck about no music. I just cared about video games and wrestling. So the first songs that were introduced to me was by my sister. She got like 3-4 years older than me. She used to play I really paid attention to it. Vocals from Tupac. A song by Tupac. Baby,
don't you know you? Yeah.
That right
there.
Straight up.
What was the other one?
It was another Tupac song that made me start thinking about God as a young man. Take your hands to come and heal me.
Oh yeah, yes sir, again. Yeah. So I can fly, yes sir.
End of time.
Yeah, yes sir. Oh yeah, nah, them motherfuckers is
Go
classic.
to sleep, kiddo. Go to sleep, kiddo.
I'm tripping all the way. I swear, I did not put Tupac on here knowing damn well, man.
Because there's so much music out there.
It was. It definitely was. But I'm tripping not having him on there. That's crazy. And that was some motherfucking classic ass songs. And you was listening to them. Now, were you listening to the explicit version as a youth? Because your sister was listening to it.
The songs weren't explicit anyway. But when I first started listening to music, it was on the radio, so nothing was explicit. The first album that I listened to as like a teen, also New York, so everything was about bars. I listened to We Are the Streets by the Lox. This is when Rough Riders was the hottest thing moving, because I was already on X Wave. X was my favorite rapper. X and Eminem at that point. Yeah. They were my favorite rappers, but the first album I listened to from beginning to the end on We Are the Streets by the Lox. That was like the first joint, like hearing hardcore rap. Like,
what age was you around then? You said what?
12, I think.
Around 12. Okay. How was you moving listening to that? That you was early listening to that.
I was on a cheese bus listening to it. Explicit too.
Yeah, no, feel it. Oh yeah. Shit. What was that song or the artist that you was listening to in high school?
High school was G-Unit.
G-Unit. Yeah. 50 Cent, they had a whole wave.
New York shit.
His albums really, his mixtapes.
Okay.
Around that time, mixtapes were very big in New York.
Nice, straight up.
You wanted to hear bars just before battle rap was out. You wanted to hear bars, you had to get a mixtape. Because the albums were commercial at that point. So you wanted to hear like bars, you had to hear a mixtape.
Nah, straight up. Now, was you buying them from the local bodega or somebody outside selling them? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. That was that real New York street shit. Nah, straight up. That's when if they was copies and shit, they was pulling up to the motherfuckers and breaking all of them and
word.
Yeah, fucking you up.
And they had mad bootlegs of like original albums.
DJ Wu Kid was going crazy with them motherfucking mixtapes. Definitely for 50 Cent. Nigga was leaking everything. And boy, oh boy, I heard a story
what about you, Thomas?
Yep, I'm going. I heard a story that Wu Kid was about to get killed by Pun and punning them because he was leaking everybody's shit. They said that the story was he would go to the record label offices and then just take the motherfucking mixtapes off people's desks, and then he was he was selling them and copying them and shit. And yeah, but now he's on Tyson's podcast and doing all type of shit, still doing his damn thing in music, but that's interesting. For me, the earliest song that I remember listening to was Master P, Freako, and it was by my cousin. She it was, I forget, I don't forget. It was like one day I was super small. I'm probably like 5 or 6, and I remember this song all throughout my life, but I could never find out who the person was. But I always knew the lyrics. Freako, but she hasn't making needs such an L. But I knew that all throughout my life, but I just never knew who it was. But that was my earliest song that I ever remember hearing, was that song, and she had it on vinyl. And in my grandma's house in Cleveland, she had in the attic, well, the third floor was a pool table, of course, the equipment to play the vinyl, and it was just like had 2 bars and shit. It was just laid out. But I remember going up to the steps and she was just blasting that shit, and I was just like, it was just so hard, and it was just the first time I had heard like hip hop and rap and shit. Man, like I said, it followed me, and it stayed with me all my rest of my life until I got into like probably like shit. It was probably when I was a teen when I actually Googled it. And I was like, oh, that was Master P. Yeah. Man, I was like, that shit is crazy. And then I even told her about it, and she was like, what? I was like, yeah, I remember that shit. She was like, yeah, you ain't lying, shit. I did have that shit. I was like, that's crazy. Outside of that, it was Michael Jackson, man. Earliest, man. My mom got the Moonwalker cassette. I'm not cassette, but the VHS. And I would play that over and over and over and over, man, until it came up missing. I'm not gonna say who or but it just came up missing. But it was definitely Michael Jackson, man. After that, and I was ever since then, like always, man, Michael Jackson, man, Michael Jackson.
Who was your favorite? Your favorite artist, like in your teens?
In my early teens, that's when we were outside doing everything. But we were living here in Columbus, and we lived on the west side. We had just moved over there, met a couple of friends and shit. And then what the routine that we used to do is right after school, we had the apartment complex. It's a big ass apartment complex, but inside the office, they had a big screen TV, big back dinosaur, that ugly motherfucker, but big as fuck. So we'll run from school and try to count and catch the countdown. You feel me? And during that time, the person who was just running up the countdown was Usher. It was Usher, Ja Rule, and Ashanti. So you already know around that time, that's outside music. That's that summertime feel, that good feeling, like barbecue music. It was just having fun. It was so during that time, it was Usher. Me and my friends, we was always getting the girls, so we always had to have the moves. You feel me? So we followed him for that. Man, boy, am I a dancer, boy? Boy, I'm doing my little Tuski in this motherfucker. Like, don't let me. Hey, I'm telling you, when I come out there, man, for sure, man. But yeah, I love dancing. I love dancing, but it kind of switched now. But I used to love dancing more than I used to like making music. It's switched now because I haven't danced in a while, but man, I love dancing, bro. It's the expression of doing that shit, and it's just so fun, and it's energizing and shit. But yeah, we used to always love Usher, so we'd all pile up in front of the big ass screen TV in the office, and we'd turn that bitch up. And their computers and shit, where their workspace was like down the hall. They had like foosball table, and then they had computers in there and shit. It was actually cool and shit. But we'd be all it'd be a bunch of us, bunch of kids in there just listening to Usher doing the handstand. Remember that? You remind me of a girl, and he did that handstand. We be all in there trying to do a handstand, falling over and shit. But man, we run. As soon as that bell went off, because we ain't had no cable, so they had cable, so we all run down there and then try to catch it. And if we miss one person, if we miss one number, he was on like he took up five spaces, Usher alone. So yeah, and then Ja Rule and Ashanti, pools, barbecues, chilling with girls, little parties. I'm telling you, we was outside.
Can't go wrong with Ja Rule either, man.
You couldn't, man. Him and Ashanti, they was the best dynamic duo before like Lil Wayne and Drake and shit like that. Like them two together was crazy. It was just crazy. They couldn't miss. Man. So that wraps up my whole like growing up, man. Like outside, that's all I was listening to for real.
That's interesting though. The person that you grow up to, your artist is an R&B artist versus an actual rap artist. Yeah. That's crazy because once I got older, that's when I started getting into R&B. I stopped, all this fucking killing people shit. Tossed all that shit to the side. Started listening to R. Kelly more and shit like that. And I got into my R&B bag.
It just mashed it, and I didn't even think of it like R&B for Usher. Yeah. That was because we loved dancing, and it was just ladies, the girls, they love Usher. You feel me? So nigga, we was outside, we was getting all the girls and shit. It was just something that just had to be added to what we was doing. And then Ja Rule and Ashanti, man, that was just play, man. That's all I can. When I hear that shit, man, that pun, that whole era, just music was just outside. I can see it now, man. Bright day, barbecues, the moms talking and shit, man. The best. I mean, literally, like we literally had the best childhood ever, man. That shit, man, bring back memories like crazy. And then high school, as you said, Wayne. It was just Wayne, man.
He took over through our whole high school years. He took over.
Wayne went on a crazy run.
Crazy. As soon when Birdman needed him, that boy stepped up and did not step down at all. Went crazy. My favorite song from him is "This Is the Carter." This is the Carter. Not just the little skits in the intro. It was the what was that? Oh shit. I gotta remember that. That shit goes so hard. What is that? Oh damn. If that shit come on, I'm remember that shit word for word. Shit, Fireman. Shit,
I'm gonna put that at the top. I feel like that's I like mixtape Wayne. I like mixtape Wayne.
I did, but it was just a couple
I'm gonna
songs
jump on your track and take it and make it mine, Wayne. Remix, baby, Wayne.
Louisiana, man. I used to listen to like you said, LimeWire days. Boy, I never did it, but I know some people was making money selling them CDs. I mean, I knew a guy, not myself, but every time a song came out, I was selling that bitch like it was a new album. Just one song. You just get a CD with one song or two songs if it came out with two songs. I mean, not me, but somebody I know. He was going crazy. For real. I'm telling you, like, man. But yeah, it was Lil Wayne, and then into adulthood. It around that time later on, it started being like more. Well, it started being more pop. I was already listening to him before it started transitioning to more Pac, and then me, for real, for real.
Ludacris. I forgot about Ludacris. That was my nigga too, man.
Yeah.
That was the first album I ever got on my own. Actually, I didn't get it on my own. I got it for a Christmas gift. But she took me to the store so I could choose it.
Oh,
but Ludacris.
Felt like the man, that explicit one.
Disturbing the Peace, yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. Nah, yep. I bought an unexplicit one on accident before. Worst shit ever. The worst. It's a waste of money. It's like, nigga, what do I do with
radio
this?
Edit.
Leap. No, it was worse than radio edit because the radio songs they made for that. You feel me? They do the echo on the last word before the cuss word, so it kind of fill it in. The album shit bleeped out. That shit space. It's a space. Just it's like
the whole album, man.
Nigga, I threw it away. I was like, I can't do nothing with this, bruh. You cannot jam to that. You can't rock to it. You can't. Nah, she was trash. I was so fucking mad. So mad. But yeah, I was, and then, like I said, and then it just transitioned into me when I started doing music more. Shit, I listen to everybody just to get a gauge of what's going on and just staying up to date, but I don't really listen to nobody. Shit, not even Wayne. Shit, I listen to Tupac and shit like that, but nowadays I listen to motherfucking frequency music. A total difference.
I love music.
That and jazz. I just listen to that and frequency music. For sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. Completely different. Started with free code, Michael Jackson, and turned to frequency and jazz music. That shit.
About to listen to Andre 3000 Spa album.
Oh yeah. They said I ain't listened to it yet.
His Blue album.
And I'm pretty. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I only heard like one person say it was trash. I haven't heard no one else talk about it. I don't know. What is it about? No.
I heard people telling him to put the fucking flute down. But yeah, that's only because people got expectations for him. It's like, hey, you are great in this area, so we expect you to release some shit that's great in this area. So he did some outside the box shit.
And somebody had brought a good point up. It was like these people that don't put out no music, like the older people, they're so worried. And instead of just talking about what's going on in your life, just tell us. If it's some old shit, talk about it. You feel me? Like, talk about the shit, but they be so worried about, sounding dated, or no one's gonna like to hear what the old shit that they talking about because they ain't been out doing nothing. So
talking about their family and their wife and
shit like that. So it's like, I get it, but I don't know. I got that bug and I'll never let it go. It's just something about music that I don't know. It's just you get the I don't know. It's magic, bruh. I can't let that shit go. I don't see how they let that shit go, man. That shit is, man, it's the best. I don't know. I think it's one of the best forms of art for real. Like it can be represented in so many different ways, from the graphics to the audio to the beat itself to the different frequencies you use, the instruments you use, motherfucking the cover art to motherfucking how you perform it, all the theatrics behind that, and it's just you can turn it to movies. You can, it's like so much.
So many
like
ways it can go. Yeah,
man, it's crazy. It's man, I don't see how he does it, but I mean. Again, he is doing it still. He's doing it through a flute. So I mean, it's cool, but I don't know. I don't think I can let down the. I don't think I can let down the pen. I don't know. I don't think I could ever let down the pen. He probably be writing some fire fucking
fire no music.
Yeah, no music. He be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill them hoes with this. For real. But nah, man. Shit, but that's mine though, man. Like I said, I'm gonna always continue to keep bringing up something like this, topics like this, y'all, so we can, reflect and smile and, do some more of that before we get into or maybe after we get, however we do it, you feel me? But yeah, that is my section, my section. And I'd like to say thank y'all for allowing me to bring this up for y'all. Enjoy. I pass the baton to Tony.
What's up, Tom? What you trying to talk about today, man?
Only thing I was really paying attention to was sports. I don't even know if y'all mess with sports.
Boxing. I love
boxing. You talking about LeBron
and his son, or what?
It was NBA related. It's really just I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a big Knicks fan, and they making some power moves. They making some power moves right now where you got to question, are they gonna go to the finals next year? They making power moves.
Who they getting, or what you mean as far as power moves?
It's not like a superstar team. But it's pretty much 4 players who played in college together and won 2 championships together. They got them together on the Knicks with an additional other players that can help as well. So like New York is looking as good as they've been looking for a very, very long time.
Oh, wait, no, that sounds promising. Sound like y'all about to take off in New York. They about to gentrify some more areas around the arena.
I'm about to not be allowed in a sec.
No, for sure. You don't let them get another ring. The city gonna change dramatically. Nah, that's what's up. Who they got?
They got Mikal Bridges. Fourth person on that team that won a championship together in college. They had 3 people there already. He was in Brooklyn. He straight said to the people in Brooklyn, like, yo, my contract is up. I'm not re-signing. I want to go to the Knicks. So instead of them just losing him, they ended up negotiating a trade. So they got compensated for losing him. That's pretty much what happened. So this is like a players' league now. Like players say what they want and it'll happen.
Nah, straight up. Do y'all believe that I'm pretty sure that shit was AI. The coach over at the Lakers saying I didn't want to draft Bronny, but LeBron said if we didn't, then he was leaving.
I believe that shit.
You believe that was real? I don't know.
I believe it. LeBron is. I mean, I didn't hear about that, but I could believe that. Happened.
Yeah,
LeBron is like almost the face of the fucking NBA right now, right? So
not no more, but he was.
It only makes sense to do what he says, or you do what I say, or I'm leaving and y'all ain't got shit.
Nah, straight up. Yeah, I don't know. It's
how y'all feel about that move?
Whatever it is, hey, that's sweet, man. Just for him to be able to do that with his son, bro. Hey, man, have fun. That shit gonna be hard as fuck. That's hard, man. That's hard.
I agree with that, but I also see the other side of it,
which is
where if he does this, imagine if all the other NBA players start to just bring their kids. Wait, yeah, that doesn't matter. But let's say your kid wants to be an NBA player, and now the spots are all taken because of what is going on in the NBA with their family. Like it doesn't leave entry room for other people.
But sad to say, that's how sports are. It's even in little league and shit like that. It's networking and being the person that you gotta talk. The coach gotta like you.
That's true. But you also gotta be a good player. And it can't just be about me, the coach liking me, because if it's just about the coach liking me, and then I can have the worst skills in the fucking NBA and be on the fucking
NBA. And then that
NBA
coach get fired. So
that,
you gotta
that too, but even in the case that we're talking about with people that are good and still get, special treatment, that shit is real. Excuse me. Shit, you can be good and shit, they'll still show favoritism to you because that's just what it is. That's literally what they do. Shit. If coach don't like you, shit, you ain't gonna get no playing time. He ain't gonna be making sure the scouts come see you and shit. I don't think
the coach don't like you, you're a bad player. That's what I think. If you're a good player, the coach loves you.
No,
if you're a good player, the coach loves you.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand that a coach is trying to keep his job too, so he's gonna put his best players in and give him his best chance to win. So if you're not in that rotation, you're not a good player. You might be put in a rotation for situational purposes, but like you won't be getting a lot of burn.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I know a pure example of a motherfucker who was cold, who just didn't play the games and was up under the coach all like that, and instead the coach decided to focus on other players that weren't even as cold as the person I'm talking about. And I know for sure that motherfucker cold.
I think there are one-off scenarios or situations like that, but I think 90% of the time, if we're talking, if you are a good player and then the coach likes you because you're representing that coach. You are the face.
But in this case where Bronny is good, there were some other people there saying they were better.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
But he still is great. I don't
then to
see
get drafted to the Lakers too. Like you can tell that was just a LeBron move.
Yeah,
that was LeBron move. You can tell.
If other players did that, I think it's only going to add to the entertainment of what this shit is. It's purely entertainment. Yeah, there's some athleticism behind it, and it's not drama based and shit like that as much.
That's the type of move that was made, though, an entertainment move. That's all it was.
Straight up, and that's going. That jerseys, they'll probably do some collection, him and his dad's jersey, or there's so many different things they can do with him now.
I got a question.
They're going crazy in the marketing department right now. They're going fucking bananas. They don't know.
Yeah,
they're just throwing ideas.
That's a money play. On the board. Entertainment.
They're asking the janitor, "What's your idea? What do you think we should do?" For real, it's crazy. It's beautiful.
That's a move.
I would love to.
What do y'all think? What happened? I don't know when is LeBron's. Did he announce when he was going to retire? I thought he was supposed to have been retired.
No, he's not making no announcement. It'll be like
he playing his.
I feel like he got like
he getting the ring with his son.
Season.
Nah, he gonna play.
Ring with his son, but
he got to get it. He has to play.
That would be ideal
to get a ring.
Get a ring with your son. I think the NBA would have to pull some strings,
as they do.
I feel like LeBron got about 3-4 years max.
You think
ring
so?
Or not? Ring or not? 3-4 max. LeBron is about to be 39 years old, bro.
Yeah, I think he was done.
But how is he moving though?
Still moving. He's just not how he was in his prime. So 3 years is me giving him a lot. He might have.
But that's good though. I mean, shit. He don't gotta be dunking and shit. So you can do the motherfucking Michael Jordan shit, fade away and shit, and be killing them like how you do. I haven't seen him. Like I don't watch this shit. I ain't watch this shit.
That's not his game like that. That's not really his game, but.
You know what I'm saying? If he gets to the old phase where he like, fuck, I ain't even about to drive no more. I'm just about to.
Well, he like one of the most efficient, oldest players ever in the NBA.
Nah, for sure. That nigga not he the guy. He not normal, man. He is not normal. LeBron has
spent millions of dollars every year on his body, to treat his body, and that's why his body is. A lot of people that came in after him are retired.
That's crazy.
That's all.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's likely to retire soon. Then
I don't think he is.
Freddie got the record for the most points in the NBA. Like, that's a very difficult accolade to. Like,
so, what do y'all think happens with Bronny, LeBron James' son, after LeBron leaves? Do y'all think the hype and the you think it'll still be there for Bronny?
Bronny's gonna be on his own. He's have to make a name for himself. He's gonna have to be effective, or won't be much of a career for him. Bron did his part. He got his son in the league. The rest is on his son. He got to put in the time and the work.
No, I agree.
Would y'all say? It's just funny. Y'all seen this shit? Y'all see that?
Got toes like LeBron James.
Would you trade up your feet for his feet if he can dunk it and shoot like?
If it came with his leg.
You take the nigga's legs and feet.
Give me that nigga legs too. Give me some height.
Nah, straight up. Nah, man, he's one of one, man. But I think Bronny, he gonna do what he do, as every son does. You know, pick up the torch from where their father left off. If their father was a good father, and shit. From what I seen, you know, what we see on TV and shit, it looks like he's a great father and shit. He got his son into the motherfucking NBA. So shit. I mean, he's gonna take it as far as he wants to. He can take it as far as he wants to.
Yes, he gonna get his other kid in there too.
Of course,
probably is.
Of course, all the kids, all they do, Carmelo, all of their kids, man, they want to grow up. That's all they know. All they know is basketball. So shit, man, that's hard. That shit hard as fuck, man. To see your child and not just see him get to play with your child, brother.
Yeah, that's hard for real.
And make millions.
In the NBA,
right? All the lights.
Play on the streets all day, but in the NBA.
Man, that's gonna be hard seeing them do the first handshake, bruh, or the first game, bruh. That shit gonna, bruh, the theatrics. I can't wait to see that. I mean, I might start watching. I might start watching a couple games just to see how they play, man. For real. And I ain't seen no fucking game in I don't know how long. Yeah, I ain't gonna watch it all like that no more, but I definitely gotta watch a couple games. I have to just to see how they play, bro. That's history. That's history, man. That's history. I definitely want to be a part of that in some aspect. I don't want to be. I didn't know it. I ain't shit. It's something different for sure. Being
so.
Yep.
I do got more questions. It sounds like we got more time, or it looked like we got more time. Am I right?
When did we start?
Actually,
we
started signing.
We there, right? I ain't really want to serious this shit out, because if I get into my questions, I'm gonna serious this shit out. I don't want to serious it out, so I'm trying to figure out where we are now.
we can do a little deep dive. You feel me? And I'm keeping the same energy. You feel me? We on the. But let's get to it. Let's talk, baby. Let's talk. Got some conversation. That's what we do. Let's get it.
So, last pod. I think it was last pod. Might have been a pod before, but we were talking about this and been fucking thinking about this shit all week. But the election and shit like that. Like, you guys said that it's a white man thing and y'all shouldn't vote or shouldn't participate in that shit.
In some aspect.
Right. But been thinking, and I feel like having that mindset, I feel like the goal here in life or at least I would say in life, is unity, right? I feel like we're all here on this earth and we have no control of, who lands on this earth or who's born and what race they're born. So we all have to live here. The goal here should be unity, right? I feel like us as black people, or the people that, like, I feel like our fight is not against the whites. I feel like our fight is not against white people. I feel like our fight is against the government. While there was a race war before, but that was caused by several things. And racism, the government already, pushing whites to hate blacks and blacks to hate whites. That was already in play, So while there was a race war, most of the things that we hate about, or that blacks hate about whites, is caused by the government. So why is the conversation why not fuck the government versus fuck white people?
You think that black people hate white people because of the government?
Yes, I do.
Because of slavery?
I feel like every point, it's the socialism shit. I feel like the socialism shit that's pushed by Democrats is part of the reason why.
What about slavery?
You said, what about slavery? That's the government. That's part of the system that the government built. That's the government. The government pushed whites to hate blacks. They pushed blacks to hate whites. I feel like that's just a distraction.
It was before the government, before the Constitution was created.
Was established,
before the Constitution was created.
States?
Yeah, before
in
that
the United States, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
it was created
every time I go into
this,
y'all always get me. But everybody was slaves at one point. Slavery was just a thing at one point. Slavery with blacks, or we just had it bad, like I said before.
Chattel slavery, and the difference between our slavery and anybody else's, quick episode of being held against their will to do free work. The difference between theirs and ours is it's still going on. They've been paid reparations. They've been paid and I'm sorry's. And they didn't get their history destroyed and wiped from them. They didn't get their knowledge of self taken away from them.
What I'm saying, though, that's the government.
That's not what you're saying.
No, that is.
Again, this is before
the government won't give us reparations. They gave everybody else reparations. They're creating division. And then they're trying to be the solution to the division. They're creating division. And I don't know if you're seeing it or not, but what you're saying, but they are creating division.
I'm saying before.
How did the government create it if they weren't established during that time?
You're talking about
leaders.
If
after. Slavery was a thing during that time, and then somebody established that slavery was a thing during that time, which means that there was leaders during that time. Whether the government was established as the government or not, there were still leaders during that time. So those leaders during that time just established themselves as the fucking government.
There is a large amount of evil ass people that put our people into slavery, and the difference was they erased everything from us, took everything away. No one's been
creating division.
Yeah, but it's not just division. It wasn't no division. It was making us as less as they could. It wasn't no division. It was just you are less.
That's creating division among the races.
No, it wasn't no division. The division was before that when they first started.
They not like us.
Yeah, exactly. saying these people. The guy went over there and said, "Oh, they're such savages." It started then, and from there, it continued to be, hey, these people are less than, and that was been pushed in their head. It wasn't no division.
Right.
It's a separation of, nigga, y'all not even human. It's not no
That's
division.
My thing. Separation is division. When you're saying that this group of people are not like us, they're less than, treat these people like trash, you're separating those people. It's division.
Yeah, but then the actions that get, that are applied to that situation have continued to be put out onto our people by everyone, not just the government. Yeah, they are the people that profit from it the most, but if it was so easy, if it was so for that. Yeah, but if it was so easy and everybody wanted unity, why do we always have to be, when it comes to us having our struggle and our history, we haven't gotten nobody to even say we're sorry, but everybody wants us to, let's have kumbaya. Fuck kumbaya. You motherfuckers haven't even said sorry. Bro, not even a fucking apology.
Fuck sorry. As a man, we not even looking for sorry. We know this.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
we're not looking for sorry
if
for
we
nobody.
Can't get a sorry, what else is there to have unity? There's no unity. You can't even acknowledge your own fucking actions into what's going on.
And that's the point. To further, if the goal is unity, we're all here
everyone.
On this earth.
No, yeah, but it's not a point. That's for every white person. Every white person who to this day, it's not okay just to be a normal white person. If you are not contributing to the communities that your people did and continue to push down and beat down, if you're not contributing, it's not okay to be just a normal everyday. It's not okay. It's not okay.
Oh, what you mean? What you mean? It's not okay for a white person to live his life as a white person?
and not
without
contribute.
contributing
Yes,
to black people's lives.
That's not okay. Because if it was okay, then why aren't they doing that for the unity? Why aren't they doing more for the unity instead of just living an everyday life and saying I'll ignore that?
What you mean? You gotta clarify that.
So there's a book on how to be anti-racist, which says that basically ignoring the issue is racist in itself. Saying you don't see color is racist in itself. So with that being said, these same people will say, oh, we want unity. What the fuck are you doing to further this unity? You're not doing nothing. You're just living your everyday life using this white
the
privilege.
Average person doesn't have the power to do anything about.
Yes, they do. As we said, as we said
Tom,
in this conversation. No, as we said in this conversation, we're all guys and we all have the ability to do whatever we feel like we can do. So we're not putting no limitations on them because we just said we want unity.
So why do we need somebody else to come?
You said you want unity. Unity is a unity.
We should want unity because we're all in this world together. We're all in this world together.
No, why do we have to want unity? Why isn't that responsibility put on the people?
When I say we, I'm not speaking as black people. I'm speaking as the world. Asians, Africans, Blacks, whites, Hispanics.
Where's their effort? Where's their effort for this so-called unity?
I think through life, it's been effort. Like there might be. The world isn't the best right now. It's not the best for the blacks right now or us right now.
Bullshit.
Wait. But through the world, through it. Come on, racism and slavery. Like slavery happened, and slavery was a thing during hundreds of years ago.
It's now.
What you can say it's now too, but when I say slavery, I mean like people actually enslaved. Okay,
it's now.
But you know what I mean. Come on. We're not talking about the way that it transformed. We're talking about back then. So now
it's still now.
But you clearly see the transition. You see everything that happened.
I see the evolution of it. It's not no transition. I see it evolve.
Everything Martin Luther King spoke about. Do we have that this day?
As far as what? Because his last speech wasn't about talking about let's come together and be unity.
His dream.
Again, that wasn't the last speech. And
but he did have a dream. Do we have that dream today?
But after that, no, we don't, because we can't have that dream.
Answer that question.
I said no. We can't have that dream. No, we don't have that dream. It's still division. As you said, it's still division.
I said, it's division, but they're creating this division, and us as black people, as long as we keep this mindset, and then we're keeping that division there.
But it's not a mindset that we're keeping. It's us speaking on the facts. Now, if people feel a certain way because we're speaking on the facts and we're bringing up history, instead of letting that shit get swept under the rug and changed and manipulated to fit other people's fucking sensitive ass feelings and they narrative that they want to portray on our people and our pain, fuck them, bruh. That don't matter. But that has nothing to do with us, man. It's if we want unity, if everybody wants all this unity, they need to put the motherfucking effort for it more than us trying to kumbaya with anybody else, especially the people who fucked us over and continue to fuck us over.
Now, my thing with that is, again, like I said, I think the argument should be people against the government, but you're saying people against or blacks against whites. I feel like the government created that division, and there's people on this side over here that's white that's like, fuck black people, we're racist, the real racist ones. Then you got the people in the middle that are just don't care whether each side, they don't have a side. They're just, hey, I don't see color. And you say that that's racist in itself, but I don't see color myself. I see gods in everybody. So I don't know if you could say I'm racist for that, but I don't think I'm racist for that.
You might want to read the
best
book.
For all of us, you know. I want the best for all of us. So to say that that's racist, that's just somebody else's fucking opinion. But
yeah, but like I said, it has a lot of validity behind it. It's really not about the perspective of somebody from our community. It's really a term that's used
and
for.
That's racist.
No, I mean
That's racist.
it's not racist when you're saying it's not okay to sit on the fence and not do nothing when you have been able to benefit from this evilness. And it's not okay for you to say, oh, you want things to change, but you're not doing nothing but being a everyday, regular motherfucking white person, bro. That's not okay. That's fucking,
Fact of the
and say
matter
you don't believe
is there has been an evolution in this racism, and we could say evolution in racism because you believe it still exists. I believe that it still exists. I just don't believe that it's as dominant as it was back in the 1800s, or you get what I'm saying?
How so? How so?
How it's not as dominant? Because okay, there was a study. I'm reading the book right now. I'll tell you the name of the book after the pod. But I'm reading the book right now, and there was a study. I'll have to go back and fact check it. But there was a study done. There was a study done, and I think it was in 2020. There was a study done, and they went around asking people, "Do you believe that racism is a big problem in America right now?" 90% of the people that they asked said yes. So we agreed that that clearly it is a problem. Now they went and said, is it a problem, or how big of a problem is it in your daily life? Now the number dropped down to 10% of them saying that it's a big problem in their daily life. And these were black people.
Okay, and where was this pool of people living in?
I'll have to go and
because
like I said, we have to do some fact checking and shit like that. But there was a study
when you that pool. I mean, studies is studies. It's all about that pool of people, and not just the age, the demographics of where they are, their living income. Because again, they can have that syndrome where they believe they're better than the other ones, the people that look like them. So it all matters. It all matters. But if anybody believes that, they're fucking sick in the head already. You really don't think this fucking system is having some type of effect on you? Like from voting, any of it. The fucking prices of food, all of it is part of this. All of this shit is sick shit, part of the system. So if anybody believes
it is a part of the system, right? But the system itself isn't just. The system isn't racism. That's not the name of the system. Racism is included in the system.
Nah, so, I would say that shit would be one of its names. It probably goes by different names. It probably goes by fucking the Diablo, the Tasmanian. I don't know, all type of names, but shit.
Yo, Tone, you just sitting here being pretty, man. No comment.
Yeah, the kid, I'm trying to keep asleep, and he's kind of up.
Fuck it. We want his opinion.
You're right.
Y'all don't want his opinion.
He gonna be like, well, I do like pancakes, and bacon sometimes is.
So Tone, now I got a question for you because you're quiet. How much would you say racism affects you in your daily life? And be honest. Don't just pander to this shit. Be honest.
It doesn't affect me in my daily life, that I will say. But could I say it's not affecting me at all? I can't say that neither. There's a gray there that we have to acknowledge in today's day and age, because just because it's not as bad as it used to be doesn't make it okay now still, because it's just been dimmed somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong still, no matter what times we're in. So
right, I agree.
But yeah, but I don't think it's like immediately affecting me.
You don't think so? You're working a job, bro.
I've had experiences where I've been like discriminated and stuff like that. So I've experienced like levels of racism in my life. But
and you don't think that's part of you still? You don't think you go into certain situations feeling a certain type of way because of them certain experiences?
Not necessarily. I learned how to kind of get over the trauma of that.
Get over or actually deal with it.
You know, deal with it, but it's just like it doesn't render like the effective anymore. Like it's something that I'm technically over. I'm able to like deal with going forward. Lay down.
No, I would say shit. Just living in this. I don't think it's a way for any black person to not feel any effects of this shit on a daily basis.
You on a daily basis?
Yeah, whether it's from us fucking just working a regular job or having to deal with certain laws. Cop get behind you, you still gonna feel a certain type of way. That's gonna affect you on a daily basis.
But what if you on job that day?
Shit, you'll get pulled over. They just reenact the stop and frisk up in New York again.
Did they?
I think they did. I think they just reinstated that shit again. But I mean, I get it if you saying like you not getting confronted like fucking blah 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 and shit like that. But go to your motherfucking how long you been at that at the job, Tom? Let's just say it's long enough for you to go up to that person, to the boss, and say you deserve a raise or a new position. Or if you apply for that, do you think you'll get it?
I don't necessarily think so. And I have seen people get raises, but they were Hispanic. Racism goes in so many other ways, not just necessarily black or white. So some races tend to stick together, and they get too political there. So even at the job, I'm experiencing some type of level of racism, but it's not an everyday thing. It's not daily impacted, you know what I'm saying? But at some level, it's still there. It's still there. It's existing.
So yeah, and that's kind of where I was kind of leaning to. It's like I believe that racism still exists. I believe that some people are very racist, and then some people are straight down the middle. I'm not racist at all. I don't see color. And then you got the where I said this person is racist on they're white. And then you got the black people that are racist as well. So you got white racists, you got black racists, then you got people that see shit straight down the middle. And I'm one of those people that just see shit straight down the middle. So I'm like, everybody matters. And that's the kind of I see the division. It's like if you notice, we're the only people that have a Black History or Black History Month or Martin Luther King Day. Like you don't hear White History Month or Mexican History Month or like nobody else has that shit.
They do. It's
Mexican History Month.
Yes, they got their holidays. You go to Mexico, they got all that.
They got holidays, but it's not
because white people not about to give them all their motherfucking.
You get what I'm saying? It's not just because of your color. They got holidays like Cinco de Mayo. I think that's a holiday. I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, but I mean that's the same shit. It's tied to their ethnicity. It don't gotta be just because it's tied to their
culture. It's not tied to their color. It's not tied to. Okay, I get it. Never mind. Let's go away from that. But you don't see white people with White History Month, right?
It's all their history. Like we said before, bro. You look in the history book, bro, and they're trying to take out slavery now to make it super fucking white. So it's not gonna have no reference of any of us besides the couple of good people. And it's not. And again, it's gonna edit it down and paint a picture of Martin Luther King. That was not his last speech. His last speech was completely opposite of that shit. It was like, fuck these people. We do need to be separate, and we need to start doing it this way. That was his last speech. It wasn't I have a dream. That shit gets so inflated, and that shit's bullshit, bro.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Painting a picture.
I know he had a speech afterwards. I know he had a speech afterwards, and I knew it was something along the lines of "fuck white people too." But my thing is, most people do know about this speech here, so that's the speech that I was referring to. But again, I only refer to it is because I'm one of those people that see shit down the middle, and I don't feel like I feel like we're creating division. I feel like if you're saying don't partake in this because it's the whites this is the whites. We have to sit over here on this side and not partake in that. Whereas the rest of the world's partaking in something that you're calling the whites. Now these people are unified in one thing, and we're over here sitting out in the corner, not unified.
But that's good. We're
doing it and saying we're. But we're in a world where we're in a world where we have to live with these people.
No,
so
I mean, yes,
continue to just create hate and division among.
I don't believe it's
like
hate.
it doesn't.
I don't believe it's hate. Yeah, it's division, but
It's
it's
not
calculated.
love. It's not
yes,
love.
Black people. That's all we. If we didn't have love, these motherfuckers will all be fucking dead, dying every fucking day from our hatred and that type of fucking anger. But we don't have that in us.
Because some of us don't have love, and we're killing most of our people that are black on black. We're killing our own people. So to say that if we only have love, and if we didn't have love, that we'll be attacking these white people.
We're born with love, and we are. Unfortunately, we're in this sick ass system that twists our love and turns it and adds more pain on top of it and buries that love so fucking much to the point that person doesn't even feel human no more. That person is cold. So yeah, I can look at you. Yeah, I know you look like me, but inside I don't feel that you look like me, nigga. You got something that I need, and in this area of limited resources, unfortunately, you the person I gotta take it from. Or unfortunately, I'm put into this drama. I'm born into this drama because your family did something, and now I have to be born into it, and now it's this. But it's all part of a sickness. We are born as we were before, fucking pure, but we continue to get attacked by this outside evil entity that continues to manipulate our soul and our purity. But
do you think that's white people? You think that's white people?
Yes, that's fucking white people. Or do you think
that's the white people that has control and power?
I mean, of course, it's the people that have control and power. It's not some fucking redneck that's saying.
And that's my point. Is not all white people have control and power.
Of course, but to go along to get along is not okay. To go along and not do nothing is not okay.
So you want all white people to be worried about black lives while they're living their life?
Yes. If they're
so people, now you want all white people to see us as
it's their responsibility to make up the effort and to get in to this point where, okay, now they're good from all the fucking harm, all the illness, all the sickness, all these the same families, they're still alive till today. There's journalists who are fucking the Vanderbilts and shit who continue to do. There's in so many aspects. They're all profiting off of our pain till today. Just regular day-to-day white people are still profiting from that white privilege that was put into they people off of our pain. They're still profiting off of it. I don't care even if it's just a little bit. So to get us over that edge to where we're good, and okay, they're good now, and we'll say, okay, we're good. We appreciate it. Thank you for the apology and all of your efforts. We're good. We don't need no more help.
I don't like that, man. I feel like you're putting us in a handicap. I feel like
no, it's not a handicap. We are guys, but responsibility has to be put on people. No, responsibility. Everyone has to take responsibility, especially people who do wrong and have continued to do wrong and profit from wrong.
Wait, so I get that you're saying that they did wrong and we gotta. I get that part, and these are the families, but these are not the same people that did these things.
So show it.
Wait. And I get that, their family did it, but at the same time, there are scenarios where people have kids and their kids outgrow them. That they believe that, oh no, Dad, you're doing this wrong, or the way you believe this is wrong, or what you're doing. Like,
of course, yeah.
So okay, you get what I'm saying.
As the generations go on, it cannot prevail. Evil will never fucking win. So yes, it will get to a time.
It's all on these people.
It's not all on them. They have to take their responsibility, just like we take our responsibility. We will continue to build our heaven as we always do. Throughout all this shit, we continue to build. We continue to improve society for everybody. When we say, oh, here's how you fucking shit. Here's how you bathe yourself. Here's all these inventions y'all can have. We didn't do that for just for us. We did it for civilization. We continue to help civilization throughout all of our fucking pain and our struggles.
Civilization is what's important.
Yeah, yes, it is. But at the end of the day, we've done too fucking much throughout even slavery. We've given the world inventions, ideas that they've taken and built upon and created and manipulated them into being evil. So yes, we will continue to do that. We will continue to give our great ideas, continue to give our great people. Some of them get killed. Most of them, the best ones, we will continue to do this because it's in us. It's innate. That's just who we are. But at the end of the day, yes. But in order for us to, to have that so-called unity, they have to take the responsibility. Yet we're not asking for much. We're not asking for no fucking money from, of course, the regular white people. Y'all struggling. We get it. We see y'all. We with y'all. We don't hate nobody. We don't hate y'all. But at the end of the day, if y'all want us, the world, to be unified and shit to be better, y'all have to take that fucking responsibility, bruh. Yeah, I get it. It was your fucking great parents, but they set you motherfuckers up to live this life that y'all living, where y'all don't have to have these certain type of feelings and emotions, and you're not mentally fucked up in a certain type of way where you're easily manipulated and influenced and shit. Yes, but at the end of the day, those families were all governments that had fucking slave owners.
Oh, they weren't.
Okay, and the people that killed our people weren't all people that got into government. It was.
Let me ask you a question. If I gave you a gun and told you to go kill, just throw a fucking name out there, George Bush. It's George Bush dead? He's dead, right? Maybe not. If I gave you a gun and told you to go kill George Bush, and you went and you took the gun and you went to go kill George Bush, and the police said, "Hey, we gotta." I mean, who's at fault? Who's at fault? Who should be arrested? Should I be arrested or should you be arrested?
We're both going to get arrested according to the law.
We're both going to get arrested. That's fair. But who is the brains for? Who? If I didn't give you this gun and tell you to go do this, and then you wouldn't have done it. Is that fair?
See, the difference is I get that what you're trying to paint, but the difference is instead of you doing just saying that to me, what you would do if in this scenario you would distance me from my family, my friends, anybody that knows and loves me. You would start putting all of these. You probably give me a pamphlet, a Bible or something, and you would say, read this. This is going to get you to where you need to be. You'll feed me certain foods that mentally have me fucked up. You'll probably slip medicine in there as well. You'll keep my education limited to what you want it to be. Focused on.
Cut you off for a second, because now you're painting that like the government is only doing this to black people, where they're doing this to everybody.
Again, we're saying that, but at the end of the day, so if you go to a suburb area, you won't see all of the same restaurants, you won't see all of the same fast foods, all of the same fucking businesses as you would in an area that's poverty stricken.
That's fair to say. That's fair to say. That's not completely true, but it's fair to say.
That is true. You're not gonna see no Chinese hair places in a suburb area that's selling weave. That's selling weave and shit. You're not gonna see that in no suburb area.
Yeah, because you're only gonna see that in the area where it's natural to be in. It wouldn't be in a suburb.
So again, it's accessible to anybody that goes down that street, no matter who the fuck it is. But if it's stationed in that area for those people who are already have a disconnection of who they are mentally, and they put this shit on their head to make it seem like there's somebody else, and more than likely is going to be connected to less self-worth, and that's connected, and just for this example, it's connected to our people wanting to have straight hair. So it's already a disconnect, just and that's just one. But in the fast food and shit. So yes, like we said before, the traps are out there. You might get a roach, you might get a mouse.
Bro, I feel like this is
you
the
might get a
biggest
rat.
trap. I feel like the if the goal, because clearly we were all put here as, just people. We were all just put here and we had to figure it out, but we were all put here, right? And because we were all put here, we all have to exist or coexist on this fucking world. So my thing is, now, if the goal is to coexist with everybody, and it's not like, oh, whites, please take me, I want to exist with you. But no, if the goal is to just exist with everybody, when you come in and you create division and you create hate because of, like, if you create division, and then you're in control. And that's why I feel like I've been reading this book. I'll tell you about it again after the pod. But I've been reading this book, and when you create division, you like, it's chaos and control at the same time. It's like,
But I don't think it's creating it. It's speaking about what's already existing. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with telling history the way it should be told, which is without any edits, without
that's
any
fair.
manipulations, without any of that. So to speak about history is not causing nothing to be created again. It's speaking about what's already happened.
I believe you should talk about history the way that history has happened. That the facts. I don't believe that you should lie about history. I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is, going forward, I believe that in order for us to get out of this, like, you believe that, I don't even know how to fucking word what I'm trying to say. But
if that's the solution, is to become a unity, but there's a large number of white people who to this day have not said sorry, will not take even ownership of the shit that has happened to our people and continue it still happens to our people. How can there be any
call
unity?
some white people, and some white people would be like, yo, sorry. Like, I could call some white people, and white people would say this and mean this.
But then after that, it's not just about words, because after words you have to do action. So again, I would ask those white people, now what are you going to do? Are you going to go and volunteer?
And that's where I disagree.
Which is the easiest thing. No, why isn't having an hour of volunteering in a neighborhood that, you just admitted that your people have done so much, but you can't take a fucking hour or even 30 minutes to go to a school and read?
I agree that it's helpful, but at the same time, it's not somebody else's vision, or it's not somebody else's shit to just, oh, my ancestors fucked your people over, so what I'm gonna do is dedicate my life and my time, and people got families and shit. Come on, man, people got families and shit. People got time. People got schedules.
It's not an excuse, though. That's not an excuse.
That's not.
If we want
Black people
unity,
wanting a handout is not an excuse.
No, that's not a handout, nigga. If we have not had no handout. We've never had a handout.
But looking for a handout is an excuse.
Giving us anything,
looking for some people to go do some other shit for you.
It's never going to be a handout. No, that's never going to be a handout. That's not going to.
We don't need that. We all got minds. We all got the capability.
You said if we want a unity.
Unity, right? Stop hating each other. Let's all just love each other, right?
Again, it takes everybody. You just can't say, "Oh, you get cheated on."
Laws have been being made for us in our favor. Well, not recently because of fucking but there has been things.
Shit gets made, and it gets made, it gets reversed,
and then gets right. So that's true. That depends on who's in. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. History shows that if we do get something, it gets taken away later on, or it gets manipulated to amount to a point where everybody enters into that, and everybody can take in it, and it's not enough for us to get to a certain point to make up for what all has happened. No, again, it's not. Again, so you want unity. Unity has to be in every part of it, along with the voting. So if there's going to be unity, it has to be unity to focus on the people that have been hurt. Fuck all this other bullshit. If you want unity with us,
that's a handicap.
No, it's not a handicap. Anything given to us will be less than a fucking percentage of what we fucking deserve.
All right, but a lot of people are not just getting shit given to them. They may benefit a little bit from this, but they are not just getting shit given to them.
It's not given.
For them to be like, hey, for us to be like, hey, for us to participate, we need y'all to give us something. That's asking for a handout.
It's not given, bruh. This shit has been, we worked for hundreds of years for free, nigga.
That's
and still do that shit. So it's not not given.
We didn't. Our ancestors
yes, we did.
Our ancestors
we did it through them. And we continue to do this shit today.
Okay, that's fair.
We continue. How long did you work for people and build up their fucking business?
A lot of people are doing that, just not
exactly.
Just
Is that no? I'm saying our people, because again, fuck everybody else. We're talking specifically about our people. We're already fucking. Yes, you can, nigga. We're already 400 plus years behind of everybody else who had the ability of coming to this shit and say, "Oh, this is what I want to do," and not have to worry about anything or anybody stopping them. So with that, that's a fucking handicap. Slavery was a handicap, and not just that, all the other avenues that it crept into and continues to this day to sicken our people. That's a fucking handicap. We're at a handicap and always have been since we've been brought into this country. So anything given to us is going to be less than a percentage of what we fucking deserve. We built this fucking world, bruh, for free. For free. Ain't shit given to us, bruh. Anything given to us is going to be less than a percentage.
So as men, let's take this off of black people and white people. But as men, you know, we're not going around looking for no handout. Anything that we want, we're going out to try to create ourselves. We're not trying to. When
you work your job and you put in them hours, at the end of that, weren't you looking for your paycheck?
Well, yeah, of course.
Of course.
At the end of the week, yeah.
Of course.
But but that's work. That's labor.
Nigga, what the
you're
fuck
doing labor work.
What the fuck did we do for hundreds of years?
And you agree to get paid.
Again, I'm bringing an example.
That's a different scenario.
It's not.
That's a bad example.
It's not. Nigga, we worked for hundreds of years for free.
Okay. No, we didn't, but our ancestors
Yes, we did. Nigga, the shit's in the DNA.
That's not true. Well, you can say it's in the DNA, but I know for a fact that I didn't work for thousands of years because I've only been here for 34 years, and for these 34 years, every time I worked, I got paid, except the job I'm doing now where I don't get paid.
But a current, but from your belief, you were here before, probably.
That's true.
You could have, so you could have been a slave, right? With that thing,
my soul could have been here. Yeah, my soul was here before. Yeah, I could have been possibly. Yeah, but my life now is what I'm saying.
So you just said there could be a connection to those people. Okay, so that shit is in your DNA, and according to you, it's in your soul. That shit is still with you, bruh. The shit doesn't get it gets dropped off. This shit is still in our DNA, and that's facts. Trauma is in our DNA still to today, along with all the other shit that's happened to us, bruh. This shit has not gone nowhere. It's even in our fucking DNA. So all the fucking work that we did is not anything they give us, anything they offer, anything they fucking think of a solution is going to be less than a percentage of what we fucking deserve, bruh. Any white person with power, any white person, period, bruh. Anybody, period. Anybody, because all of the ethnicities had parts in slavery, all of them,
yeah,
all of them. And specifically,
and that's what I feel like y'all don't try to acknowledge. I feel like y'all try not to acknowledge that blacks even had a part in slavery.
Yeah, again, that shit, that's weak shit, man. That's because of course there were some people like that, but
history is history, majority, like you said. And if you're gonna present history, present the facts. Don't present.
Of course, but we always hold them. But we've always held our people accountable and always spoken against the people that look like us, that behave like that. We've always done that and got them out of the community or put a scarlet letter on them and make sure that everybody knew these are these people and this is how they're behaving as far as throwing our people under the bus. We've always done that. But the majority of the
go ahead.
Yeah, but the majority of the people who continue to push this not just agenda, but this sickness on our people are white people, bruh. The majority of the people in the United States, after they start killing us, is fucking white people. Yes, the government is almighty power, but like you said, It encompasses voting, which is everybody, which like you said, so everybody's playing a part. I don't give a fuck if you're not in the government or not. You play a part. You're passing laws to say, oh, I don't want to pay for this schooling in this neighborhood, so I'm gonna move, or I'm gonna do some other shit that the other people don't know about, as far as tax breaks and shit like that, so I can get out of paying my contribution to the school.
Present the laws for them to be voted for.
And then again, you know how, a lot of our people do not know about the town halls before they even present idea that's going to go to the motherfucking state. A lot of people don't have the time to go to them. So it's like, it's so many different avenues. But again, to the people who have had the privilege to work in this country without having slavery on your fucking, in your DNA, there has to be, like we said before, we have to hold people accountable, man. We have to. It doesn't have to be to the extent of you got to get your house up. When you die, you can't pass it to your motherfucking kids. You got to get your house up.
So at what point to you will the world be okay? Because I feel like if we continue going down the route that we're going right now, you'll never be happy with the way that the government, or you say white people, treat black people. But they have made progress from what the fuck they did hundreds of years ago. But when, at what point? And that's my point, is that's dumb. Like, to me, that's dumb to never be, to always have hate and disdain in your heart for another race.
Again, that's not hate. That's looking at the picture and seeing, okay, this is a pattern that has not just gone on for 10 years, not 20 years, hundreds of years. They've had hundreds of years to account for the atrocities, bro.
I get it, but at what point?
So, nigga, when do the fuck are they gonna take it? It's not on us, bro. It's not on us. It's not on us to account for they shit, bro. We speak about the shit that they have done to us. It has continued throughout the 400s of years and plus years. We've talked about this. Our people have had debates about this. Had conferences.
We agreed that history happened. We agreed that history happened. Not just I'm saying, where do we level up? Where do we get out? Where do we make something happen?
We have continued to make shit happen. From the beginning, we gave these motherfuckers all of this shit. We built all of this shit.
So you're saying we're in a world where we have to hate white people?
It's not hate, bro. It's not hate.
So what is it? It's not
our
love.
People. It is love. Because if it wasn't, then we would, bruh. All we do is talk about the shit that has happened, and for all these years, it still hasn't clicked in their brain to take any accountability for. After all these conversations, even the best of conversations saying, "Let's get together," and I have a dream. Even that conversation didn't do it.
I gotta disagree with you there.
How?
Because you said in their brains you're accounting for all white people when you really mean the government. Like,
what's the change? No, I mean fucking all white people.
You can't say all white people, because some white people, they care, nigga. What are you saying?
Yeah, they do. And I'm not saying all white people are evil or bad. There are even what's her name? Fucking, I'm gonna put her in here. There's a number of amazing fucking allies as we've had throughout all of time. Good will always prevail. But in the United States, these evil motherfuckers have had hundreds of years to change their ways. From all of our good conversations.
The people that's in control.
No, nigga, just fucking regular people. It starts at a state level, bro.
Well, you're saying regular people had hundreds of years to change their ways?
Yes.
Regular people have changed their ways over hundreds of years.
No, they haven't. How? When
the average white people, the average white person is not worried about races in America. Blacks are the average white person. That is not true.
They're not worried about it because they've taken themselves out of the equation and said, "You motherfuckers deal with it." If it was a change for real, we would have had more fucking real presidents who actually wanted to change, and they would have voted for them. We would have had better communities. They would have better schools.
Friends, man. You don't got no white friends, do you?
I don't have white friends, but I fuck with. We love everybody, bro. I love everybody, but we not going to give them motherfuckers grace to the point where y'all have had hundreds of years, bro, to change it on every level, state level, all of it. It's
what
not
I'm saying
changed,
is, if you
bro.
got white friends and your white friends let you know, like, hey, like, that shit is not, like, that shit happened, but that shit is not me. That shit is not us.
Again, I ask any of them motherfuckers, what are you doing then? It's not okay just to say, oh.
Bro, that shit, okay. You got it.
Why? We have to hold people accountable. You said hold our people accountable.
No. But that's not, that's completely different from holding somebody accountable.
It's not.
These people had no direct impact in their life, with their life. They had no direct impact on your life or anybody else's life that's black.
I don't see no bad in all of the conversations our people have had from the beginning that we've been able to speak out and not get hung or shot and killed. The conversation is a conversation. Whether white people come to the table, want to listen and add to the conversation, or act like that conversation doesn't exist, that's up to them. We continue from then now to continue to improve, not just in our lives, but more for the rest of the fucking world, more than our lives we contribute to.
I feel like life. Go ahead.
But when is it their response? I don't care if you didn't have any slaves. Your family has set you up. I don't care what you did with the opportunity, but you've been set up in the United States to live a certain better life or have more access to resources or opportunities than these other people. And it's not up to us to try to change their minds or try to do anything like that. We continue to improve as we're going to. But they have to take some responsibility and say, you know what? The least I could do is some motherfucking some going to a homeless shelter or giving some type of fucking volunteering, bro. Some type of volunteering. At the least, they can do that.
I feel like for me, sometimes I feel like I should go and volunteer.
We should
just use some of my free time to go and volunteer. But at the same time, I just don't have time for that in my personal life. I have a family, I have kids, I have things that I need to do by certain times. You get what I'm saying? Like, and me just being me, having those things to do in my personal life, I feel like everybody else has a personal life as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody else has kids and times they have to do things. Their kids have to do things. They're maybe married. They're like everybody has something to do.
Indeed.
I feel like everybody in this world should just live their own life, but be considerate of everybody else in this world. And that goes for all races, blacks, whites, Chinese, all.
It's only one race. It's just different ethnicities. It's just one human race.
True. Human race, right. And yeah, I mean, that's
yeah.
I feel like we are just one people. We are one people.
Of course, we're all connected, but if we're continuing to get bullied and no one's coming to our aid, but everybody's saying, "Oh, you just kumbaya and just pull your bootstraps up and you'll be okay." How? Y'all motherfuckers
Bro, I don't think that nobody's
effort.
Not coming to our aid. Like you just said, You just said that they do things and then they take it back, and they do things and they take it back.
So what the fuck is that doing?
I agree.
That's
they
not
come
doing
to
nothing.
our aid. Wait. And I don't feel like I need somebody to come to our aid. Again, me as a man, I can't.
Yeah, but again, it's not you. It's more than just an individual. It's the collective of our people who don't see no fucking way out, bro. They're at the worst parts of it. They're feeling that heat from this racist system the most, bro. They haven't escaped yet. Not even mentally escaped yet. Those are the people that we're talking to and talking about, not us. We're, like I said before, we're so fucking blessed to be able to even have this conversation, to even be thinking about a conversation like this, to be able to articulate a conversation like this. We're so fucking blessed in so many different ways. But this is for our people who don't have who don't have the opportunity to do this at the moment because they got so many other things attacking them, man.
The only man, you know me, I'm not pro-black. I just can't be pro-black because I see everybody as fucking God. We're all souls. We're one fucking race. I can't be pro-black. I seen fucking white people. I seen myself doing better than a lot of white people. So with that said, like I just can't see that. Oh, we are at the very bottom, and like I can't believe that. I do believe that there are people that can't read and can't write. Some of our people, but I feel like that those people need help. But majority of our race,
but who's going to help
majority
them?
of us is us.
But again, you said even us, and it's even worse for us because our time is even more limited because we're having to do even more just to even meet the fucking status quo. And the majority of our people still falling below the status quo on all levels, economically,
that's a fact, yeah.
Education. So
but it's not just all. It's not our people though. It's not just our people. Let's add to that. It's not just our people. We can focus on our people, but it's not just our people.
Who we want to focus
it's
on
happening with all races. Well, not let's not say all races. Just the people in America.
But that's okay to say. But to the motherfuckers who have been given everything, specifically to the U.S., given everything, brains, body, everything, fucking in every aspect. Every fucking
they're given.
We've given every fiber in that makes up this so-called United States. We've made it. We've made every part of it, every fiber of it. So, like, why is it up to us, man? Why can't nobody?
When you say why is it up to us, what do you mean? Like when you say that, why is it up to us?
Why is it up to us to say, okay, let's now have unity with these people, just because they've acknowledged the things that have gone wrong.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
But it's coming to come together
what I'm saying
as unity, but nothing's happened.
I'm saying is whether or not they acknowledged it or not, whether they acknowledged they did wrong or not, they will be penalized. Like to me, I don't care if this should go on the pot, but they will be penalized by God. You get what I'm saying? They will be penalized and punished by somebody more powerful than I am.
But if we get what I'm saying?
But Earth, I was put on this earth with these same people, and I was put in this earth as, well, I want to say as God, but to love. You get what I'm saying? Love is a part of me. That's a part of God. And I feel like the only reason that when you bring in racism to it, it just creates a separation. It's like we weren't separated before when God put us here. We're all here. There was no separation. There was no government to separate us. And you don't feel like the fight is against the government, but I do. I strongly feel like the fight is against the government.
I feel like it's not against them. Yes, it's against every aspect of.
But to say white people, even white, you could put white people out. You could put black people in the government, and it'd still be the fucking same. It's the government that's the problem. You know, I don't think that white people is the problem. It's the government that's the problem. They're causing whites to hate blacks and blacks to hate whites. They're doing this for their agenda, for their benefit. It creates the separation, and as long as they can keep that separation there, then they are in power. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, they are perpetuating this and causing the propaganda because it does aid. But at the end of the day, like we said before, it didn't start with the government. It started with individuals, and then that government was created from them evil ass individuals.
From the individuals, right?
And yes, but the same people that go along with that fucking system are just as evil. Just because they ain't sitting up in that motherfucking chair don't make them separate from that fucking evil. They're still connected to whether they voting for that person. All of the fucking presidents had slaves.
So,
and all those people voted for them presidents. So they still connected to that fucking slavery.
But if you keep going back that far, then you're just putting things.
No,
like
it's
slavery
going
was
back.
a thing during that time.
It's going back that it doesn't matter if it was it was some white people that didn't have slaves.
And then anybody in power would own slaves because that was a thing during that time.
Just because
it's like owning houses during that time.
No, nigga, that's not. You can't. Don't say we compare us to a fucking house, nigga. The fuck? You know what I mean? Hell no, you compare us to a fucking house and real estate,
but
nigga.
No,
that's
but
crazy,
that's
nigga.
what it.
No,
it might sound bad.
Just because there is evil don't mean people have to partake in fucking evil.
No, that's true. But what I'm saying is during that time,
it don't matter.
Is what was happening.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking evil ass white people.
Whether they're not looking at it as bad or good, everybody is
because they're evil.
On this time.
They're evil.
It's evil. I agree with that. A fact. That's a fact.
Of course. So they don't see nothing else besides.
Well, the government, yes, I agree. They are evil, but it's not white people to say. You can't say that because racism existed, all white people are evil. You froze?
Say all white people. No.
Okay.
Can you see me? Okay. Not all white people are evil. I'm saying those people, those white people who that took part in that fucking system and continue to take part in the system are to blame for what's going on as well. Even the people that turn the eye and say, I don't see it, and it's not that. Okay, it's not that, but what are you doing then? Okay, you can have that, but what are you doing then?
But the people that didn't partake in that system, you don't think that
again? What did they do?
That didn't partake in that system?
Again, what did they do? It ain't okay just to say, okay, I'm just gonna let that person.
You froze again, bro. But to your point, you're saying, what did they do? What did they do with George Floyd? Everybody stood around and watched George Floyd.
Again, you're still an accessory to a fucking murder. You're still connected to that evil. You're still a part of that.
People that sat around and watched George Floyd.
Yep.
They didn't do shit.
Yep.
I agree. We can agree on that shit because I was there, nigga. Y'all just watch nigga die.
Again, but that's part of a sickness from, more specifically from the government, because they did the whole programming with the internet and everything, showing violence and just making it okay just to become a recorder. You're just a recorder. You don't have no feelings of what's going on. You're just recording. Of course, they have more partake on that in that situation. But again, anybody connected to this shit, it doesn't matter how far. If I was a white person and I was,
it's black people connected to the shit too.
Of course. But those pieces of shit are that we ain't looking for nothing
Barack
for them.
Obama's connected to, and you wouldn't call that nigga a piece of shit the other day.
I mean, I didn't say I wouldn't. I just saying we just focus on a couple of things, and we were saying, did he do anything for the black community? That's we specified. Now, if you want to go into details about some evil shit, like how Tone has said, killing Gaddafi and shit, that's fucking evil. He partook in something which he's in an evil ass system, which makes him connected. Yes, like I said.
So you don't think that system can never change? You don't think that system could ever change? Because you're calling
we said before,
an evil system.
Yes, it can't change over time when those evil people and that evilness and that evil entity continues to dwindle out and dissipate. And then yes, our people, just like before all of this shit happened, we were unity. We were all love. We welcome everybody. Just like we continue to give all of our fucking our resources, our ideas. We do this. This is what we do. We love everybody. We love everybody. Yeah, there's animosity. Yeah, there's bigotry and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I guarantee, and you'll see in social experiments and shit like that, if there's a white little girl outside and they're doing the experiment where like there's a fake pedophile acting like, oh, who are you? And that black woman or a black man is on that bench or walking by and they hear that, they're going to stop. They even say, if to white children, if you're lost, find somebody black. That's what they say, bro.
I never heard that shit, but yeah.
We have it in us to love. We love now, bro. There's no militia from any white people. I don't give a fuck. Huh?
What if that little girl found Diddy?
On that note.
Yo, we gotta hear this shit.
Nah, straight up. But yeah, but all that to say, man, like I said, I went to OSU, one of the whitest schools. I have had white friends, associates. I've got white people jobs.
You said you went to one of the whitest schools?
Yes.
That's crazy. I went to an African center school. So I went through high school, fucking 9th grade through. Actually, I didn't graduate, so it was 11th grade. 9th grade to 11th grade was just all black African center school.
Oh, word. Yeah. So I would have loved to do that, but like I said, you see like I said, friends with a gay white guy, friends with a Republican white guy who was focusing on stocks and stuff, a kind of black African guy who had a mindset of a white guy, cool with him still.
So you don't care about the presidency or none of that shit at all?
I do, because
I feel like you have to an extent.
You do have to an extent, but at the same time, if there's no party that's going to represent your people, why partake in this entertainment then?
I tell you why. It's because no matter what, you are a part of this world. So if there is no party that's going to look for your people, then you want to look for the party that's going to do the most that they can for your people. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're making laws and changing shit that's going to affect us in the long term. And if it's not just us, it's our kids, or it's like it's going to affect us.
So they just recently made it illegal to hang us.
Oh,
after all these fucking years.
Wow. Well, I mean, after all these years, it should have been happened, but at least it fucking happened. And that's how I like to look at shit.
But again, that's just to say it's not okay to hang us. After all these years, it took us.
After all these years, it took it to now. Right. Nah, I feel it.
It's like they'll give us stuff, they'll take it back.
That's the government, man. It's not the white people.
Again, the people that are voting these people in, it starts from.
We're voting.
It starts from. He's going to be something. Let's invest in that young man. That community, they know what they're doing with that person. He doesn't start from out of nowhere. He's getting it from his family, and then from the community, and then it starts at grassroots. You feel me? It don't he just pop out of nowhere. So he's those presidents are entangled in so much shit, and the majority of them have been white.
That's a fact. Fact.
In the same,
and the one that was black, he was put into position because he was black, and
exactly.
He was just a puppet for the whites.
Exactly, and all of the evil families that existed then, the Rockefellers, all of them, they still exist today.
I don't tie it to the skin color though. I tie that shit
because
to
they're
them.
all white.
The government,
all of them, all of the
government
families, all
That's
of them.
True. That's true because they if you go back, of course they were slave owners. They started slavery. They did all this and that. They were white. Of course they're white. But that's the government. You can't account for.
But they're not the government though. They might lobby for certain laws to be passed, but they are the government because they do run shit, because the money runs everything. But at the same time, those regular people have families that dwindle down to maybe there's some that's living like me. But at the end of the day, they still have an opportunity to live up to this name and possibly get some opportunities from those people. So the connection to them people, it hasn't been lost, and they've been showing it. Those same families are still in power today, doing the same.
But that's
damn
a small
things.
percentage, and that's what I'm saying. As I don't think it's against our fight is against whites. Most people say it's against whites, but I feel like that's how the government wanted this shit to go. Your fight is against whites, and your fight is against blacks. And our fight is not against
They definitely doing that. I agree with you. They definitely doing that. They think they shit just a game. This shit monopoly
It's a game to them. Right.
Yeah,
And that's
it
what
ain't
I'm
nothing
like.
but it ain't nothing but a game to them. But at the end of the day, just like we have to put responsibility on our people, like we said before, we gotta put responsibility on the people who have the number, who have the connection to these people, to connection to the different resources that we don't have. We have to put a responsibility on them. If you're not going to put nothing into, why do we have to be a unity if you're not trying to contribute nothing to us, to get us to be? You can't come into, a girl cheat on you. You're not about to take her back if she don't show that she gonna change, or at least say she's sorry, or do.
You're not gonna take her back. Period.
Not in cheating is just super dramatic. But if she do something wrong, bitch, you better say sorry. Come on, you feel me? You gotta at least say sorry, and then we can open and have a conversation. You feel me? But if somebody do you wrong, you ain't about to have they just come up to you, okay. Whoa, hold on. What the fuck, bro? You know what you did yesterday? What is you doing? You can't just sit down and act like shit normal, bro. We gotta talk about this.
But and that's my thing now, and that's my thing, because when you say white people, I think we made a clear separation. Like, we got government here, we got white people here. But when you say white people, you're looking at this big percentage of people. You're looking at, in America, I think it's like 60% right now of white people. You're looking at 60. You're saying 60% of America, are, when you put white people in the place I put the government in. Like, every time I cut you off, I'll be like, hey, I think you mean government. When you put white people in there, you're saying 60% of America is saying fuck blacks. And I don't think that 60% of America is saying fuck blacks. I think that it may be 10% of the white people that are in fucking power or some shit, but I don't think that. I've been out there. I talk to white people. I've been around white people. I live in an area where it's not predominantly black people.
But it's a different.
I don't see that.
It's different when you talk to somebody and them voting on something. Now, if you having a conversation about, if you having a conversation, what are you contributing? What's your, what's that like? Not just an interaction. Anybody can do that shit. Anybody can be flaky and show you what they want to show you. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But if what are they contributing? What are, not just us? What are they contributing to society?
To society, that's fair. That's fair. But at the same time, I still don't think that everybody has enough time to just go out and just contribute to society.
But you said we have that. We all gods. We do got it. Now, we can make excuses, right, and we have to deal with certain things throughout our life that we do have responsibility, but at the end of the day, we all do got the time.
But you can do it, but you still have responsibilities and shit through life,
Of course, it might not be easy, but it can take some scheduling. It don't take, you can go to a school and spend 30 minutes. That's a lunch break on just reading to some kids. You feel me? Or just, you got a business providing lunches for a football practice. Any little small minute thing can be done.
You think that all white people should be doing some type of country?
Again, because they're not the only one that's contributing to society. Mm-hmm. We're doing it despite all of this shit.
Wait, you say we are, but I know a lot of people that are not in position to contribute to society.
There are a large number of us who aren't in the position right now to do anything for anybody else outside of our families and ourselves.
So what do you say about those that are white that are in the same boat, that are not in a position to do anything for anybody outside of their families?
They still have time to vote. They still got time to have certain kind.
Nigga, I feel like this election right here, I don't know if y'all pay attention or not, but I feel like this election right here is the biggest election, the only one that matters ever. Like, the only election I've ever fucking participated in was fucking Obama. everybody said go vote for the black man, get him in office. So that was the only one I ever fucking participated in. But this one here, I feel like if the country continues to be run by this one person, and by the fuck this one person, by this party, they're gonna run this shit into the ground. They're with the separation shit, with the social agendas, with the LGBT, like it's so much division that we can't. It's chaos. It's chaotic. This world is chaotic with the inflation price. Like it's just fucking chaotic right now, and I feel like that this person that's in office right now, actually this party, the whole fucking party, the whole Democratic Party is the reason for how life is right now. And I know this, and the reason I pay attention now is because, like, if 3 years ago I wouldn't have paid attention, I didn't give a fuck. But the reason I pay attention now is because you could feel it. You could feel it in your pockets. You could walk around, you could walk into a store and you see a person that you don't even know if it's a man or a woman. You don't know how to address this person. They got a mustache and titties, and like you don't know how to address this fucking person. Like it's just too much in the world that's just wrong.
Yeah, I mean, but all throughout history, the people specifically in the United States have had to deal with not so much as far as the whole different labels and shit like that, but they've been combating and killing killing gay people. They was locking them up in mental institutions, giving them shock therapy before. Families was just abandoning their kids and shit like that. It's and even inflation, the economics, there's depressions have all this shit is continuing to happen because it's evil. Evil continues to show its pattern, and
evil that's controlling it.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's evil energy that continues to do the same thing. But we see it all throughout, even education. Back when it wasn't the best for everybody, there was still a separation. There was still a degree of separation where you can be like, they definitely getting taught something different than these motherfuckers over here.
Separation is what they want. I feel like the government wants separation.
Not for sure.
And that's why I'm so against. That's why I can't be pro-black. It's like y'all want this separation. Y'all pushing me toward this. I feel it. Y'all pushing me toward this.
But the thing is, when you pro-black, it's not being not for anything else. It's just saying.
I disagree.
But it's not that. It's not that. It's saying, just like American pride, just like any other pride, it's saying, I care about my people so much that this is what I have to focus on. We've been going through all this so much. The least I can do is to push my people up in every conversation that I have, to make sure that I hold myself accountable for the words that I have towards our people.
I appreciate that definition there, but I've been in situations where I had arguments with people that just were not that. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
That's not us, though.
No. Well,
it's not
what it stood for. No, I get what you mean, but what it stood for. And I'm not saying that I know some people that was in Black Lives Matter. I just know people that were, while Black Lives Matter was a thing, I'm not sure if it's still a thing, but they were really out there trying to support it because what they think Black Lives Matter stood for wasn't. They think Black Lives Matter. I had arguments. Black Lives Matter mean Black Lives Matter and no other lives matter. Just black. Only our lives matter. That shit should not. Anybody else's life should not matter.
Yeah, but
I had a conversation.
That was never it though. That was just a.
But to some pro-black people, it was, and that's what I'm saying.
That was.
I had this argument with pro-black people. I even used this scenario. I was like, so if it's a little girl over there, a little white girl over there, and there's a little black girl over there, you want if one of them had to die, you'll tell the little white girl to die. It's like, yes, we want to. Well, I guess in that situation, one of them had to die. But the point is like they're saying only Black lives matter. White lives do not fucking matter, and but
those people, that's you can't again.
That's ignorance.
Yeah, but we can't contribute people like that. That's evil in itself. That's not pro-black. That's going far off the fucking edge. That's evil. It ain't about I don't hate white people. Our people don't hate white people. We love everybody. But there has to, if we are going to get to a point where we are good mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, economically, we have to give us attention. Like you said, if no one else is going to come to our help,
we don't rely on nobody else for that, though. We can't rely on nobody else.
Exactly. So with that being said, we have to focus on us. We have to focus on our pride. We have to focus on boosting our people up when we speak about them. We have to focus on educating our people. We have to focus on volunteering in our communities for our people. We have to do everything and focus on our people. It's not about no one else matters. Everyone matters. We know that. We've contributed to society throughout all of history for the better of everybody. But at this point in time, if our people over here in the United States are going to get to a point where we are fucking good and don't have nobody fucking with us, we have to focus on us. No one else is going to do it. So that's Black pride, is focusing on your people. Yes, we know everyone is, all other ethnicities are in this world. We love them. We fuck with them. They got some shit going on.
Or when y'all speak, that's not the words that's coming out of your mouth. It's like
that's because if the conversation is focused on facts, then it's focused on facts. It's anybody can manipulate that based on their feelings or any ego thing like that. But if we're focusing on facts and we're telling history just to point it out, more specifically for our people, to educate our people, that's what the majority of the people in our community that are articulate and have the knowledge to do it, we're educated. This isn't for fucking white people. This is for our people to say, "Word, I didn't know that. Let me look up that. What? That's something new. That's something different. Or I don't agree with that. Let me look into it." You feel me? It's for our people. Now, anybody outside of our people, you gonna have some type of feelings about it. Of course, it's fucking history. That's facts, and you might not like it. We don't fucking like it. Who would like it? But it's not to say you can't put your perspective on it and say, "Oh, that's against us." Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. You can't paint that fucking picture just because we not talking about you. Like we said, in order for us, and the thing is, what they'll say is, "So what are y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna help us?" Nope. Okay. Well, let's focus on our people then. We gotta talk up our people. We gotta call you guys. We gotta say, you feel me? We gotta muster up our people, like just like freaking sports. In that huddle, you talking all this shit. You pumping everybody up to just elevate their mental, to just maybe trick them. They might be the worst players, but you pump them up enough, they might pull out and get a motherfucking dub. And I feel like that's what it is that we're attempting to do. Now, other people outside of our community can pull at that and have their own agenda of their perspective on what's being said. That's cool. But if they're not sitting down at the table and asking questions, saying, "Hey, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this?" Because ain't no coming to the table and saying this and this and this and this. Nah, you can't come to the table and not ask questions. It ain't coming to the table and putting your perspective on the shit, because your perspective is all the way gone. It ain't that. So we want to have the right to speak about our people in the utmost way, and that be okay, which it is okay. But it's not okay for anybody else to try to manipulate that and say, "Oh, you're saying this." No, we ain't saying that. And our history shows that we ain't saying that.
Somebody asked Morgan Freeman, I think you might have saw this. Somebody asked Morgan Freeman about how to stop racism, and he said, to stop racism, just stop fucking talking about it.
Yeah, again,
you disagree with that?
That's an entertainer. We got it, and that was one of
for the men of entertaining. He had a few interviews too. It wasn't for entertainment. He's
an entertainer. He's in that business of entertaining. And that was one of the things the government did. They took out the real fucking leaders and made it where, oh, now LeBron is a motherfucking leader. And these motherfuckers ain't leaders. These people are not fucking educated enough to speak on this shit, or outside of the system enough to speak on it to the point where they don't feel like they have to switch up a narrative or say something in a certain type of way.
I don't see LeBron James as a leader or nobody. I don't think we really have no leaders for real. I don't see LeBron James as a leader. I don't think the government.
There's a lot of people that do though, and that's what they made.
He don't speak on these things. He don't. A leader speaks on. LeBron James speaks on.
He doesn't speak on for our part. When there's something going on and they tell him to speak on it about white people, he always comes to the rescue, always. But I just said that him as an example, but the more prevalent example is Morgan Freeman, as you stated. He's an entertainer. He's not a fucking scholar. He's not a real fucking activist. He's an entertainer. These people are not our leaders. We have to stop coming to the point where we come at these people like this is our leader.
Looking at him for the leadership or anything like that. I brought him up because the way that he was thinking, the way he said, is almost the same way that I feel. So that's the reason I brought that up. It wasn't entertainment the way that he answered. But, like he was answering the question. But
like we were saying the other day,
his perspective.
If we stop talking about it, the reference point in history then changes. It's not okay to change history. It's not okay to erase history. And that's what has continued to happen from us. That was the difference between our slavery time up until now versus everybody else. Our history was taken away and erased, burned, destroyed, and sold all throughout the world where we can never find it. Until now, they put it up on computers. So to erase, change, edit, hide, or stop talking about history, you're doing civilization injustice. How can we be a unit if we don't know fucking real history? We gotta educate each other on history.
We all know history, but I think what he meant by stop talking about it is we don't need to keep talking about this shit in school. We could teach our kids about this shit. We can't. You get what I'm saying? But if you're going and telling all the white kids, hey, you're stronger than the black, or you're bigger than the blacks, or you're stronger than the blacks, or this or that, and then you're telling the blacks they're weaker than, like, you're perpetuating the shit.
But again, that's why it's not about stop talking about it. We've always been about let's talk about and add what is really real. Can we add that to the curriculum? And it has continued to be no. What we will do is we'll take shit away, which is what they continue to do and what they're trying to do even more. So with that being said, it's not okay, man. If children are the what? They're the future. So if the older evil is not gonna change, it's up to these kids to hear this history raw, without any edits, of all history of all everybody, all good and bad, of everybody, to hear it and to decide what they want to do and the person they want to become. Not to have that information limited, because we see what happens. Nothing's changed. It's been hundreds of years.
A lot has changed.
And they think taking history away and talking about it less is going to change it, when that's the reason that we're in this situation now. So all that's going to do is keep perpetuating this fucking evil. Talking about it is
I think both ways. I think both ways it's going to be perpetuated. I don't think that not talking about it could actually stop it, but I think that not talking about it could slow it down. If the whole country was to start over again with the knowledge that they know right now, and we just took racism out of this shit, and then everybody just continue to live their daily life without racism in their head, I think that could definitely slow down the racism that goes on.
Yeah, but that's
it's not to say it's going to eliminate it, but it's going to slow it down.
That's not real. That's not real. But I see what you're saying. And only if we can talk about it less, only if it's being reinforced in other aspects of their life. Say they families, okay, we're not gonna talk about it at school, but we're gonna give you the real history at home.
Family, right.
We're gonna give you all that. But who's gonna do that? They don't want to do it in schools. You think they're gonna do it at home after all these hundreds of years? They gonna give them the real history? Fuck no, they're not going to. So it's up for the schools. And
well, the schools don't.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah, they're not doing it, and of course they're not meant to do it. And but still, even with the propaganda that's in the books right now, it still gives it gives enough space for a person to say whatever color they are or whatever ethnicity they are. It still gives them enough space to say, "Wow, what do I do now? What do I do with this information?"
Point of view. I never had that point of view. Like I said, I went to an African centered school. I been through, of course, life. But I never had that point of view of, wow, what should I do now? Anytime that I was in history class looking at this shit here or they talking about these things, I was really just uninterested, really. But besides being uninterested, I just never, it's like, I felt like the whole shit was pointless because always felt like my life is not these people's life. These are these people's life. This is my life now, and now I'm gonna make the great. I'm gonna make of my life. I'm gonna make it as great as possible. You get what I'm saying? I understand that these people they had a reason for being in this book. I understand that they set the pathway or you know created, what's the reason for our freedoms or a lot of our freedoms. I get that, but at the same time, just because they were enslaved and this and that, I know that it's pain there. I get that it's pain there. I'm not gonna say that it's not, but at the same time, that's not my pain. My people took that pain for me to be able to do what I need to do in my life today. So I don't sit and worry too much about what they did as like it happened to me. It happened. My people took it and they took it and held that shit on their shoulders and did what the fuck they needed to do. It happened. At the same time, though, now I'm in this life now as a whole different person with these freedoms here. I'm not gonna keep putting my energy and shit toward the past. I have a whole life ahead of me that I need to create, and that's really how I always been wired that way. Like I never worried about
with that
how
being
history.
said, what you're saying is it's focused on a lot of on yourself.
That's not true. I don't focus on myself. I've never been like you. I've always been my people's person. I'm always my people's person. My family, my people, my environment. These are my people. Like even I had people on my block that were not fucking black people. They were white people, and at the same time, they were still my people. This is my block. This is my neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? So it's always been what's best for me, my people. It's never just me. Never just me. It's always been what's best for me, my people. My family has never been a family that worried about racism. My family never said shit about racism growing up. Never. Never heard my dad complain about people being racist toward him. Never heard my mom complain about people being racist to her. And if these things happened, they fucking sucked it up and kept moving. It's just like we were put in this life. Yes, let's make the best of this life. Let's not just worry about the things that happen.
Yeah, when I said that, I'm talking about when you're speaking on these on like the schooling and stuff. I was saying more of an individual. You're not taking into account the experience of the majority of the people. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like you're being selfish or anything.
Yeah, that's true. Because the majority of the people in the school, they could have cared about all those things in the book. But I just know that the people around me, my immediate people, the people that I call my people, nobody worried about racism. Nobody like that wasn't a real thing, and it was in Detroit. So I guess that makes sense,
So in that ecosystem of people, what was it like? Did y'all have banks? Did y'all have your own schools and bank? I mean, not bank. I already said banks, but hospitals and all that.
Yeah,
and it was all black.
Yeah, Detroit. Yes. Well, you can't say it's all black. The biggest hospital was downtown Detroit, and downtown Detroit was again it's mixed. So you can't say it's all black when white people are prevalent among the world.
So more
But I did
specific,
go to an all black school.
but more
Go ahead.
specifically, did you know, and were you in close proximity of people, of black people who had power in many different aspects of the U.S.?
Of black people that had power. I can't say that I was. I can't say that because
So
again I
again,
grew up in
whether you
the
were
hood of
hearing about
Detroit.
it, whether you were hearing about it or not, you were still being, you and your people in that ecosystem were still being affected by racism, bruh. Whether you were talking about it or not, because you weren't around no powerful black people
I
who had
guess
power to.
I guess what I'm trying to say is even if I was, I learned to suck that shit up because this is what the world presented to me. I learned to suck. I mean, this is what the world gave me. This is the cards that I was dealt. Learn to suck that shit up and play the hand that I was dealt. It's just I'm not gonna sit and keep worrying about the past, some shit that happened to some people in the past. My team, we sucked that up. We took it, we sucked it up. It sucked that we had to go through that shit. It sucks.
But
But
what did that do for the better of not just your ecosystem? Not what did it do? What will that, what, how could all of our people benefit from that just suck it up mentality?
so how can because the suck it up mentality is suck it up and make moves. It's not just suck it up and whine. Like it's suck it up and make a move. It's suck it up and do something. Because if you sit and do nothing, and then you're not gonna benefit from shit. You just sit and complain, you're not gonna benefit at all. You're just gonna sit and complain and hope somebody's gonna come through and help you out. And that's not the type of person I've ever been, ever. Like ever. My mom told me that I was the only one of her kids that never asked her to drive her car. It's like I prefer to fucking walk. I'll walk fucking 2 hours if I had to. I'm not gonna ask my mom to borrow her car. I'll go get my own car eventually. But I'm not looking for handouts. I'm not looking for anybody to do anything for me. And that's how I feel like as men we should be, as not just men, but us as especially as strong as fucking we are as black people. Like, come on, we don't need nobody else to fucking do anything for us. We could fucking do it ourselves. We just gotta put our fucking mind to it. And then that's what I think it all comes down to is the fucking mind. I think it all comes down to the mind. Are you strong enough mentally to go after what you want and achieve, to handle those no's until you get a yes?
No, I feel it, but at the same time, a lot of our people aren't because they're fucking sick and they've been fucking there's been so much evil, and not just evil, there's been so much mind twisting and bending shit put into their body to where they're not even at the moment able to even think straight. So
and that's why I don't put that on nobody else but that person. That person's mental capacity, that person's mental, it's that person's. It's that person's responsibility.
But
so,
what do you
and
say
then
to a crack baby?
You said, what would you say to a crack baby?
Yeah.
You would tell that crack baby that his mom fucked his life up.
But there's no responsibility on the people who caused all this.
Well, I wouldn't say that people caused this because crack was and drugs were in my neighborhood growing up. I didn't never smoke marijuana until I was 29. So again, the people that are putting their hands on these things, they're making their own decisions. And because they're making their own decisions to use these things.
But we just said the government tricks people and it's super evil. So it's not really their own decision, because if they really wanted to, they would want the better for themselves. But they've been put so much shit into them where they can't even think for the best of themselves. They don't even know what the best of them for themselves is.
But the government does that for not just our culture, us as black people. They do that to control the mass.
We're speaking specifically about our people. So, like, what happens to them then? Because they're not in the right mindset to even think straight about this shit like this. So where does that suck it up and pull your boots up, how does that get applied to them? How is that beneficial to them? That type of mindset.
They just got to figure out. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. But the thing is, you can't be. It's definitely not beneficial to be hoping that somebody that don't really give a fuck about you is going to come through and save you. That's not beneficial at all.
Yeah, not for sure. Not for sure. So but what
the most beneficial thing is to do something. The most beneficial thing you could do is to do something. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you just sit around and do nothing, and then you stay in that mindset, if you don't have the ability to fucking think and create, like, it all that shit falls on that person. That's what I'm saying. That person and that family.
We supposed to be, as a family, but even more, you said we supposed to be a unit. Our people supposed to be units, so it's our responsibility. We can't have the mindset of, me and you are more than motherfucking blessed to have the opportunity to avoid some of the pitfalls that our people are falling into. So I don't think it's okay, and I don't think it's not. It is okay, obviously, but I don't think it's beneficial to our people to have a mindset where we just tell them, and the majority of our people who are in these situations can't mentally, think at the moment because they've been so much poison has been pushed into them. I don't think it's beneficial to
put their ass in a fucking institution somewhere so that they can calm the fuck down and think. But
they're not gonna do it in there. In the institutions, they're just gonna put them on more medicine.
So what could you do that's gonna benefit? Because I've done this before. I've spoken with people. I've tried to boost people up, take them out of their funk. I tried to, like, what can you do as because really at the bottom line it comes to that person. It all ultimately comes down to that person and what they feel comfortable doing, their ability to do. It all comes down to that person. But what can you do, like, period? Like, what can you do to help? Because suck it up is all you can do to me.
I believe the one thing we can do is teach. Whether that student or the person is able to comprehend what we're saying at the moment, which a lot of our people, not a lot, a large number aren't able to, to take in what we're, what might be preaching or teaching, or
some of them take it in, but they just don't do shit with it. Like, they take it in
because
again, you may say in the future they may do some shit with it, but at the same time, you want them to do something right now because they're in this funk right now, or
I wouldn't say right now, because at the end of the day, we still have to give anybody, every human being, the opportunity to go through life and to figure some things out, and everybody's development is going to be it's when it's meant for you. You feel me? So we got to give them some grace in that, but at the same time, I think we have to just continue to teach and speak about facts, and when it does make a change for them, or when they're able to receive the information or use the information, then we will hope for the best that they actually do use it. But
sometimes the time that they need to use it is now. Sometimes the time that they need to use it is now.
In all actuality, it is. We want our guys to awaken and do things now, because we need it now, and we need them as we need all of us, and not just all of us in our community. We do need everybody in the world, so that we can actually live on this world longer, instead of killing the world and killing everyone. But more specifically, our people. I just feel like we just have to continue to give our people grace, at the same time hold them accountable every time we can, but do it in a way that we're not judging them for the sickness that they have. We hear them on their sickness and provide a seed. Whether they use it now, water it now or later, we just plant a seed for them. And I've seen it personally in my life, where I wasn't perceptive to certain information, just because I was just
myself as well. Yep.
Yeah, I was just so full of myself,
just
or I was
me.
just
Right.
or I was just so I just wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for the information, and so I understand, and that's why I have so much sympathy, and not just sympathy. I have so much grace for our people, because as smart as I am, and as fortunate as I am to not have gone through some of the worst avenues of racism in this system, I just try to give them grace, but teach as much as I can, and if I can give back in any way, and I'm able to without taking away from my family, then I do it. You feel me? I need to do more, and I will do more. But I think it's all that, man. I think it's just teaching our people and just having a little bit of grace for them, and acknowledging our blessings, but still having that connectivity to the people who haven't had that light bulb go off yet.
No, I agree. I agree. I ain't got shit to say.
Guys, in conversation, it's all love, man. It's all love, man. I love having these conversations, man. Shit, I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been Gods in Conversation.
Gods in Conversation.
Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Make sure you leave some comments down below.
Make sure you leave those comments.
I'm holding this like it's on for real.
Praying from the hills of Detroit, the one and only, the unstoppable, the motherfucking God himself, the real estate mogul, fucking stomping 10 toes down, the almighty, the one and only, 10,000 Guinness Book record holding champion of the motherfucking world, Tony motherfucking Williams. Yes, sir. Great conversation as always. I don't know what happened to Tone. To the man in the dark, now he is the man that's invisible.
Right.
He's still here somewhere. He's here in spirit.
He's here. He's here. You don't see him, but he's here.
He here, y'all. Another great episode. Episode 15.
Episode 15. Yes, sir.
Last time I checked, I think we had 110 or 19 subscribers.
I saw.
I'm gonna start putting some more effort into this, man. I'm definitely going to. Yeah, shit gonna be rocking, y'all. And we got some shit coming up for y'all. Yeah, we still working on it. And you know, thank you to everybody that watches us, supports us, comments, likes, subscribes. I mean, you guys are amazing, man.
Especially if you made it this far through the episode, boy.
Oh yeah.
Congratulate you.
Yeah. And come back. You ain't gotta watch this shit all the way through. Do some dishes. Watch about 20 minutes. Go take a shit. Watch another 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Take this motherfucker in increments of when you want to watch.
Watch it all.
Watch it all the way through. Watch it all the way through. Watch it all the way through. Straight up. But yeah, man, great fucking episode. We appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate you, God, as always. You already know, nigga, from the bottom of my motherfucking heart, nigga, and nigga, man. Hey, you already know it's love. Tone, your ass as well. Yeah, I know you're here. I know you too. Bro. I know you too. Yes, man, always a good conversation, man. Always a good conversation to love, man.
Bro. That's what we're doing.